President, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like. America has tried these failed policies before, and we are not going back.
Kamala Harris is about to make the biggest decision of her 2-week-old presidential campaign. It's time for her to choose a running mate and introduce the final Democratic ticket to voters in key battleground states. It comes down to 3 white men who are seen as able to attract key voter groups. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona. Her running mate selection will help shape the ticket at a time when Kamala Harris has been trying to ride the momentum among Democrats and moderate her image with voters.
That question being, what kind of country do we want to live in?
51-year-old Josh Shapiro is a leading contender. He was elected governor of Pennsylvania in 2022, and 2 years later, he still maintains historically high approval ratings. In 2020, the state helped seal Joe Biden's victory. In 2024, Pennsylvania remains one of the most important presidential battlegrounds.
We talked about how we can't go back to a time, as Donald Trump did, where he ripped away our freedoms, from the freedom to be able to try and join a union. Remember, this is the same guy who went to the Supreme Court to try and turn this Commonwealth and this country into a right-to-work place. We will never be a right-to-work state as long as I'm governor, and we will never be a right-to-work nation as long as Kamala Harris is our president.
But many pro-democratic groups have flagged Shapiro's controversial policy decisions and appealed for a different choice. Shapiro has supported school vouchers, that is, using public money to pay for private tuition. But he has also said that public education should be fully funded. Environmental groups say he has switched from being tough on fracking as Attorney General to quoting oil and gas as governor. Israel's war on Gaza is another bone of contention. Shapiro, who's Jewish, has criticized Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and called him one of the worst leaders of all time. But he has also insisted that Israel has the right to self-defense. Shapiro has condemned alleged antisemitism among anti-Israel protesters and even compared some pro-Palestinian protesters to the Ku Klux Klan. Shapiro supports a bill to punish colleges that boycott or divest from Israel. Since Biden ended his re-election bid and endorsed his number 2, the vice president has locked up the support of the Democratic Party. Harris's candidacy has energized Democrats and resonated with donors. Her campaign announced that it had raised $310 million in July, which is more than double of Trump's haul of $138.7 million. But more importantly, Harris has managed to cut down Trump's lead in polls compared to when Biden was still in the race. A new CBS News YouGov poll found no clear leader between Harris and Trump among likely voters nationally. A CNN average of 4 recent polls also found a close matchup between the two, with Trump averaging the support of 49% and Harris averaging 47%. At such a crucial point of time, Harris can't afford to ruin Democratic unity with the wrong choice of a running mate. Also giving Harris a leg up is the fact that Trump's campaign is still trying to figure out how to reshape the narrative around her. First, he labeled her as dangerously liberal.
Crazy Kamala, ultra-left, you know that. She was here a week ago, lots of empty seats. But the crowd she got was because she had entertainers. And it all started to unfold when they started to leave about 10 minutes into the speech. It was very boring. I don't need entertainers. I fill the stadium because I'm making America great again. That's our entertainment. That's our entertainment, making America great again.
Then he attacked Harris's racial identity.
And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Complicating the situation is Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who's facing scrutiny over his extreme views on abortion and his past comments on Harris, including calling her a childless cat lady.
Historically, the vice president, in terms of the election, does not have any impact. I mean, virtually no impact. You have 2 or 3 days where there's a lot of commotion as to who, like you're having it on the Democrat side, who it's going to be. And then that dies down, and it's all about the presidential pick. Virtually never has it mattered. Maybe Lyndon Johnson mattered for different reasons of what we're talking about, not for vote reasons, but for political reasons, other political
It was 4 years ago that Biden announced his decision to choose Harris as his running mate. He did so on the 11th of August 2020 through a text message and email to his supporters. 4 years down the line, Harris is hoping to make her choice known in the same manner for her historic campaign.